Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us for this really important virtual information session to learn about both fantastic early colleges here in Craven County Schools. We're very fortunate that we have two wonderful options. We have an early college option here in New Bern, which is Craven Early College, and we also have Early College East in Havelock. We're really fortunate Craven County Schools has two wonderful options. At this time, we'll introduce our presenters. I'm Dr. Artis. I'm the proud principal at Craven Early College in New Bern, and really excited to be joined by my fantastic colleague, Ms. Thompson, who's the principal at Early College East. I'm in my fourth year as principal here at Craven Early College.
And I am Kris Thompson. I'm the principal on the Havelock campus, and we also have exciting opportunities available here. I appreciate that nice introduction, Dr. Artis, and I look forward to being able to meet with you. Hopefully, you'll be able to attend some of our live sessions as well. And we'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a part of the early college community. So we're start early college high schools. They have a history going back. I believe this is the 20th year for the New Bern campus, and the Havelock campus came along about 6 to 7 years later. There was a plan to introduce it. So we are fortunate to be able to serve. The need in our community was large enough that they really needed to expand and be able to offer opportunities on both ends of the county. So we'll talk to you just a little bit now about how early college education works, and I guess we'll move on to our next slide. Any eighth grade student in Craven County from any type of school, public, private, or homeschool, are welcome to apply and come into the early colleges. Each of our two schools can admit 50 students each year. So there is usually more applicants than we can take into the schools, but we are excited to be able to offer this on both sides of the county, as I was talking about before. And moving on to the next section of the next slide that we have there, that we are a part of the Cooperative Innovative High Schools. And those, if you can look it up online and learn a little more about how it worked. But North Carolina introduced the idea of Cooperative Innovative High Schools some years ago. I believe it was a partnership with them and the Bill Gates Foundation to ensure that students who might have challenges getting into college, perhaps first-year college students, first-generation college students, those who needed accelerated pathways, and just those that needed a door to be able to get a college education. So the idea was that students would have an opportunity to get their associate's degree and then transfer to a university, having learned the basics of being in college and getting that education for free, so that their total college expense was not so expensive. Since then, the idea has also expanded into our career programs, and a little further in the presentation, we're going to talk about some of those options. So you are a dual enrollment student when you come into one of the early colleges. You are enrolled in both either Craven Early College in New Bern or Early College East High School in Havelock. And you are also, no matter which one of the schools you're at, you are a student of Craven Community College. That enrollment happens, and we get the students to set up their enrollment the very first day or even just before they start school with us. So you must be enrolled in both one of our high schools and Craven Community College as a dual enrollment student. And it starts at ninth grade.
It starts in ninth grade, and we do want to say how much we appreciate the support that we have from Craven Community College. They are really dynamic partners with us, and we're really fortunate. That's not the case where every single early college across the state of North Carolina, where they maintain that strong partnership with the college. And we're going to talk about some of those options that are available. And so we just want to talk about, and just to say for a moment, just how much we appreciate that strong partnership, because it does make a big difference. And the early college is an accelerated program. And so we are earning a high school diploma and an associate's degree in a 5-year time span. So we know it typically takes individuals 4 years to earn their high school diploma, 2 years to earn the associate's degree. So in 5 years, we're trying to do it all. And so we are looking for motivated students, students who enjoy coming to school, students who enjoy a challenge, students who have great attendance. Those are things that we look for. And the first 3 years, we're primarily focusing on our high school requirements and making sure we meet those requirements. And then we're still taking some community college classes along the way because, again, we have to be able to fit everything in within that time, that 5-year time span. But once we get to grades 12 and grade 13, senior year and super senior year, then we're going to be focused and be on the college side full time. And so that is a really quick pace when you're trying to get through all these high school requirements in a 3-year time frame and then being able to get that associate's degree. We do have some students who may opt to complete it in 4 years, but the majority of our students do complete it in the 5 years, and it is designed to successfully be completed in the 5-year time span. A couple years ago, the state of North Carolina did provide an option for students if they wanted to graduate from high school within a 3-year time frame. They do have that option if they attend a traditional school. But students who are at the early college are unable to graduate in a 3-year time frame. So we need to take that into consideration. If you know that you want to graduate within 3 years, the early college is not going to be the right fit for you because this program is designed for 5 years. And again, we have that small handful of students who may complete it in 4. Another thing, and Ms. Thompson talked about the fact that we're getting students from 8th grade who are in Craven County. We're really proud of the fact that we have a good mix of students who are joining us from our public schools, the students who have been in Craven County schools for a public school option. We also have students who are coming from charter schools, and we also have private school students who join us, and we have students who their first time being in a public school is with us, that maybe they've been homeschooled for the entire experience. And so it is a good mix of students. We all come in, work together, have our goals as we work towards those earning that associate's degree and that high school diploma. And the degrees are numerous, and we're going to talk about those in just a moment. An associate degree is about 60 semester hours. If we're looking at a career program, it could be 72 hours. We have some students who are in a welding program that are actually earning 72 credits, but associate degree is about 60 hours. And we have some students who are completing the university transfer path, so they have a chance to go to another institution once they leave us. And then we have some individuals who are going to go into the workforce. So we have those career program options, and we're very proud of that. That is also a distinction of both of our campuses in comparison to some of the early colleges, is that we fully embrace students being able to pursue degree programs that will get them working as soon as they leave us. And it's really about what's the best interest of that particular student. And so a university transfer path might be the best option for you, or you might want to pursue a career program. It's totally up to you. And really, where our counselors work really hard to help tailor those paths for our students. And that's one of the benefits of attending the early college. You're going to get that personalized attention. We're going to work together to really make certain that we're looking at your degree pathway and that we're really helping you to pursue a path that's of interest to you, as opposed to all of us doing the same thing.
Dr. Artis, if you don't mind my breaking in and just saying, I want to share, our counselors sit down with both students and parents each semester. I mean, the ninth grade year is kind of set on those core classes, but every semester that path is revisited, and parents and students are invited to have that one-to-one meeting with our counselors. And that doesn't happen in every school situation. And I'd also like to brag a little bit on our Craven Community College partners. Both Dr. Artis and I mean, whether your career paths are great, we've had students who pursued education in everything from our military academies to schools that are difficult to get into, Yale, Harvard, Cornell, these credits transferred. So I mean, you know, and we work with you within this UNC system, certainly Chapel Hill. We've had students go to Duke. Within our UNC Chapel Hill system, the community college in our North Carolina system has set up a clear transfer pathway, and our counselors work with students who are planning to go to different colleges to help them connect with those universities on exactly what will transfer for the programs they're interested in. Thank you, Dr. Artis. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Ms. Thompson. And that's really important. I mean, the universities fully embrace these transfer credits because the
They do.
universities fully embrace the early colleges. I mean, the early college program is a point of pride for North Carolinians. We're leading in the nation when it comes to early colleges. Ms. Thompson and I attend an early college summit every single summer, and we actually have individuals who are coming from out of state to see what are we doing here in North Carolina because we are such a leader in that regard. And we really just grateful that we do have those various options for our students once they leave us. Once you're here at the early college, again, you're going to determine which pathway is the best fit for you. If you know that you want to attend a university or a four-year college once you leave us, there are different paths that you can pursue. Most of our students are in the Associates in Arts and Associate in Science, but we have several other options that are available as well. And it really depends on what you want to pursue. And that's one of the great things in terms of getting that personalized attention. So these are some of the options that are available, whether you're going to get associates in teacher preparation or fine arts, and certainly engineering. We have the partnership with NC State, the 2+2 program. And so we do have students who can earn their engineering degree from NC State University, and they can stay right here in Craven County. They don't even have to go to Raleigh. They can take all their prerequisites here and then continue once they're added to that program, and that's down on the Havelock campus. And then we also have various career programs, and this is not an exhaustive list. These are some of the options that students pursue because they want to get all of the certifications, get the degree, get all the skills and training that they need to start their career at 19, 20 years old. So whether that's welding, automotive, cosmetology, cybersecurity, we have so many different options for students, and we really work to expose our students to that. And so we have tours that the career programs offer for our students so that they have a chance to learn, because maybe you don't know exactly what cybersecurity looks like and what your options are. And so we're really proud that and really appreciative that the college takes that time to provide those tours for our students. And we start early. We really want to make sure that students know about all of the options, because you may join us in grade 9 and you think that you want to go to a university, and as you continue to investigate your options, you might realize that another option is a better fit for you, and it's all about that fit. And so we're really, really, again, appreciative that we have so many options for our students, and students are pursuing. So we're seeing a lot of growth with our career programs. We're seeing a lot of students who are going in that regard. Ms. Thompson?
And again, to brag on Craven Community College, they are second to none in helping people find employment. If you pursue that, they do that for all of their graduates. They can help them connect with local partners, business partners who are looking for people going into these areas.
Absolutely. We thank them. And that's one of the benefits too, is that because you are that dual enrolled student, you also have access to all those resources and supports that are available at the college. And that is a great distinction that students really appreciate. And then we also appreciate the financial savings. So students who are joining us do not have to pay tuition, fees, and textbooks. That is covered by the early college, where we receive funding from the state of North Carolina. So it's not just free. I mean, our state is making an investment. So we're really appreciative that the state of North Carolina says the early college option is a great investment in our communities, is a great investment in our citizens. And so we're providing these resources. And, Ms. Thompson and I have to be fiscally responsible with every single dollar that we are allocated to make certain that students are able to earn their associate's degrees and be able to get these certifications. And then we appreciate that the college, again, that tuition is covered. We did do a tabulation, and I think this is really important, because we're making the investment. We're looking for individuals who are going to make that investment. And on the student side and the family side, it means showing up. It means participating in all of the academic supports that we have whenever we have challenges, going to tutoring, being a great student. Like, we're making an investment by making certain that we're present. But we did a calculation. And if you attend, and these numbers are just on average, if you attended 2 years of college at a four-year university, it could be about $14,825 on average. That's a lot of money. If you attended here at Craven early college East doing the early college program, the cost is going to be about $7,000. So families are saving $7,000. And then if you actually think about how much you be saving, because then you're getting that transfer credit. So you're really saving about $15,000 if you were going to be going to a UNC system school by coming to the early college. That is significant. When we're thinking about the fact that you can earn an associate's degree for free, that's additional schooling and education that you can pursue for graduate work. Or that's money that you could be saving for other investments such as home purchase and other things. So it is a significant cost savings for family when families put in that investment. And Ms. Thompson will tell you our teams, from our counselors to our teachers to other staff members, will bend over backwards for your success.
Well,
We have to make certain that we're putting forth that investment as a family. So you're making a commitment when you receive that acceptance letter to come to early college, that I'm going to do everything that I need to do because I'm signing up to earn my associate's degree. And I know that this is really representing $7,000. And also thinking about the cost that it has overall if I would have been attending a university.
Dr. Artis, that cost is just the tuition cost. It doesn't even count all you pay for housing and having to be away from home during those same 2 years.
That's right. So it really adds up. So it's a significant investment, and we're appreciative to the state of North Carolina, our General Assembly, and all of our elected officials for making this investment. And we really want to make sure, and that's why it's important for our schools to continue being successful. When we're looking at the numbers in terms of the academic success, Early College East and Craven Early College are the two highest performing schools in our school system. And we have to have a track record of success because, again, the state of North Carolina is making this level of investment. So we're all working together to make sure we can have that strong success, have those numbers, have the results so that we can continue offering this great option for many years to come.
All right. Let's see. So we'll talk a little bit about our extracurricular activities. We don't offer all the things, everything that every traditional high school does, and we'll talk about some of those that we don't offer, but these are many of the ones that we do offer. We are able to provide, because of the way our schedule works, a very rich, a lot of the time in school opportunities for these extracurriculars to happen. So the students aren't even having to stay after school, after there's no buses, when you've got to find transportation. And these are just some examples of the clubs that we have offered, and they do differ a little bit from campus to campus, depending on student interest and staff that is coaching these teams. But Battle of the Books, Interact, Literary Club, our mentorship club, mock trial clubs, National Honor Society, we do have that, the same consistent with the traditional. And we have, I think Dr. Artis will share with you, we have a good number of students who are in our National Honor Society and are active in our communities through that. Science Olympiads, we do some fun clubs, sports clubs, student government. Our TSA club is very active and involved in competitions. Each school offers yearbook, and we both hold proms. So those clubs, they vary a little bit from campus to campus, but they're also able to participate in the activities that are on the Craven Community College campus. They are fully students there. So some of our students participate in their chorus. They participate in some of the social clubs that they offer. There are activities posted, and they get emails about that. They're posted around campus. There are activities on the New Bern campus, and there are activities on the Havelock campus. And the nice thing is that no matter which school they attend, they're welcome to go to the activities at either school, particularly those that occur outside of school hours when it doesn't interfere with them being in class. So whichever campus you happen to live closer to, or you just decide you want to get in your car and go, you are open to attend those things. And they encourage it. Craven Community College wants our students just as involved. And he and I have both had students involved in their honor society there. And then I love it when I see my students who are pages at the graduation, they're participating and able to see what goes on in their junior year. So these are things your students can aspire to.
Early college students are leaders not just on our campuses, but also at Craven Community College. You will see many events are well attended and organized by students who are part of the early college, and we're very proud of that. Also, these extracurricular activities, many of them are student led. So we're looking for leaders to join our campus, individuals who will take the initiative, will work in partnership with teachers, work in partnership with principals. There are many things that students come in and organize with me as the principal. And so we're looking for students who are able to have those conversations and we're able to build those skills and open to that. We know if you haven't had that experience in middle school, it might be a little bit foreign, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to coordinate an event for the school, or I'm going to be one of the individuals that help to get this club going. But we need individuals who are open to that, open to moving into that space that may be in grade 9. You might be somebody who's serving on a committee and be able to be a part of it. And then as we continue to grow and learn together, then you're taking on these leadership opportunities.
So while our students do not participate in the athletic programs offered at the traditional high school, there are early colleges that are able to work that out. But with the way that our schedule works, they would just be pulled away out of our classes, and particularly out of the college classes, that they would not be able to be at practices and such with that. So that is not a door that's open. However, we have a lot, as we were explaining before, we have the clubs and opportunities there. And both of us have students who participate in travel ball, recreational ball. So it's not that they can't do it. I've had students get scholarships through travel ball before. But we do within the school system. We have traveled to intramural activities, sports activities with other early colleges. We also sometimes have these we just this past Friday, my school did a intramural team we formed teams within the school. And so we do offer opportunities for some competition, and some of our clubs are competition as well. But just to be very clear, participating in traditional high school sports is not a path that's open to our early college students. So then our logistics, basically, we're looking at our calendars and our daily schedule and talking a little bit about transportation. And let's see, we are at, yes, we can move that. I think we'll go into the calendar, Dr. Artis.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Thompson. And so we have already approved our calendar for next school year, so you can take a look at that at the Craven County Schools website. A few things for us to note. We do start school a few weeks before the traditional schools are in session, so that's really important for us to consider. It's also really important for us to take into consideration these dates as we're planning our family vacations and other things, because attendance is so important. We have to be at school. If you're going to earn that high school diploma and that associate's degree in that accelerated time span, we have to be at school. But we also understand that there are times when we have to have breaks as well. We do have a week-long fall break that the traditional schools do not offer, which is typically the second week of October. We also have a spring break, which aligns with the spring break for the traditional schools, because we also know we have families who are on different calendars. And we also have a winter break, which primarily aligns with the traditional. There might be a couple of days where there's some variance, but for the most part, those spring break and winter break, they do align. And then the last day of school is May 21st. So the first summer that you join us, you will have a little, the first year that you join us, your summer will be a little bit abbreviated because you'll be coming back earlier. But then, of course, it averages out over time with you getting out on May 21st. And so you can take a look at that calendar and you will see, when you look at the early college calendar, that we are in school and we don't have a lot of work days because we have to be in school when the college is in session. It's really important. We try to make sure that our students don't have a hardship where they're trying to find their way to get to college classes, that if we're in school and we have buses, then students are able to get to those college classes so that they can be successful. Because again, we're working to earn that associate's degree that you said, this is the path that I want to pursue, and we've got to be here to do that. And so we're very serious about our instructional days.
So I do want to point out something that, well, and we're getting ready to do it on this page. I'll let you go ahead, Mr. I was going to say something about the Fridays. but it's right here.
That is certainly a benefit, and individuals do
Our
enjoy
students
that.
love this.
Students do love our schedule. So with our daily schedule, and this is there's a little bit of variance, but that's why we have 9 to 4. It's within that range. Monday through Thursday, we start a little bit later than the traditional school, so we're starting around 9 a.m. This late start time for high school students aligns to the research. This is one of the things that I do believe helps us in terms of the success that we have for our students, is that we're starting a little bit later. This time also allows us to line up and align with the times where the college classes are offered. And then we are dismissed around 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. But Friday, because we don't have college classes, then students are dismissed by 12 p.m. And so that is a distinction, because the traditional schools are getting out, I guess maybe around 2:45, I think is the time that they get out. So students like that, because that gives you an opportunity to catch up on homework or other tasks that you may need to navigate. Then it also allows us to be able to make certain that our teachers have access to high quality professional learning. So on Friday afternoons, a lot of people think that the staff members at Craven Early College and Early College East have concluded for the day, and that's not the case. We're actually taking care of a lot of serious business, and Ms. Thompson will tell you that we're very busy Friday afternoons, just doing a lot of things just to make sure our schools continue to be successful and our teachers are able to continue to have the professional learning that they need, because it really takes a lot to be able to do that. And we also have a focus on academic rigor. So when you come into our classrooms, you're going to see that we have majority of our classes are honors classes. Of course, we're taking the college classes through Craven Community College. We both have AP options as well, advanced placement courses. We also, Craven Early College, have a partnership with the School of Science and Math, so students have access to the Connect courses. So we have a very rigorous learning experience. That's why it's also important for our students to be at school, because we also, when you're absent, you actually can get behind very easily, because our teachers is moving at a really swift pace. Now, we know there's sometimes that we have to be out, maybe we have a family engagement, or maybe we're sick, and our teachers certainly work with our teachers to catch up. But if you're somebody who just misses a lot of days, it will be hard to catch up, just because we're moving at a swift pace and so much happens in the course of a day. So just keeping, there's a lot of material that's being covered, and so we have to really just take that into consideration and be able to move at that fast pace. We also know, because the classes are very rigorous and they are advanced courses, we're looking for students who are wanting to develop as independent learners and really taking that initiative. You also will see, and you've seen this in a lot of the photos that are in this presentation, and when you visit our schools for our open houses, you're also going to hear individuals talk about this more. There's a lot of emphasis on collaboration. So you will see a lot of collaborative projects and assignments and group activities that will take place in both campuses, because Ms. Thompson and I, as two early college principals, we work together quite a bit. And family members will tell you on jobs and out here in the workplace, where there's a lot of collaboration. And even if it's in some type of civic organization or some other event, there's a lot of collaboration. We want our students to understand and have those particular skills, and we really work to help them to develop that. You also will see, when you come for the open house, students will sit on panels, students will serve as ambassadors. So we're developing communication skills in the classroom, but also through all of these extracurricular and student-led events that we discussed. And so we have very high expectations for ourselves. All of our staff members have very high expectations, and we have very high expectations for our students as well as our families. We're all working together to meet some lofty goals. We're really proud of the results and where we are. And if you look at both of our school report cards, you will see some great success, because we have high expectations and we have families who are rolling up their sleeves, and we're all working together to make it happen. So you're going to go into the classroom and you're going to see, like, we're stretched, and that's what a lot of our freshmen tell us. It's like, oh my gosh, there are high expectations here. The workload is intense. It's not anything that our students cannot handle. And our teachers certainly provide the support. So we're looking for those individuals who, you don't have to have a straight A's down your report card, but we do like those individuals to come to our schools who are ready to work, who are really productive, who really like a challenge and really want to be able to continue striving to reach that next level and whatever that next level is for you. And so that academic rigor is there. So most of our classes are honors and at that advanced level.
And I think that's important. I love what you said. Not all of our students come to us as all A students or all B. It's really about whether you're willing to do the work and just be here. We have seen students who have totally turned around. They maybe weren't the strongest students in middle school, and I've had some of them be one of my all A students, or just find a very clear path to their success. They suddenly felt they're around folks that are also looking for a great experience in school. I really believe a school should be a great place to be. It should just be a great place for students. It needs to be a great place where people want to come to school. I actually don't see the percentage wise, I don't see much in attendance ways, because students express to me that they enjoy being here. And that makes both Dr. Artis and I, when we're on our campus, and I've seen students, so they come out, they're maybe coming in shy, and they leave with the confidence to be able to present, to be able to go interview for jobs. The advantages we're able to give them with the smaller class sizes and such, it's just unparalleled. But I will talk a little bit about the senior and super senior years. By this point, we have usually seen our students are really at the point of being in, I'm ready to do this. They are taking all college classes, which means that unless for some reason we're having to sort of help them along or get extra help or supervise a little bit more, for the most part, they come to school on the days that they have college classes. They report to college classes. And so the attendance is a little bit different at that point. They become college students in the same way. You go to class, you're doing that homework on the days that you don't have that class, and you become very responsible for reporting to those classes on time. The students at that point can take classes on either campus. So no matter which one of the two you're in attendance with, if your program or your schedule, or you take a job at a certain place that's closer, if that course can be offered at the closest campus that you can go to. We do stay connected with our students, though. As I was saying, once in a while, we have to say to a student, college class, we need you to come on campus and be here and let us help you along. But we, for every student, have our senior advisory, and this meets once a week. Each campus runs their own senior advisory. So those that come to Early College East will meet with our counselor and our career coordinator. And Dr. Artis, on your campus, I know it looks a little bit different for you. I'll let you share that one.
Yes, ma'am. So our seniors who are college transfer are with Miss Edwards, who is our college readiness coordinator. Our grade 13 students who are also university transfer are with Miss Lucas, our school counselor. And then individuals who are pursuing career programs, they work with Mr. Jackson, our student success coordinator. So we really make certain that even senior advisory, we are tailoring it and personalizing it for the specific needs. Because like Ms. Thompson said, we want to make sure you have all these great skills when you leave, and senior advisory is one of the avenues that we utilize to be able to make sure that we're continuing to really sharpen the skills of all of our scholars.
And those senior advisory times are important. We do have to keep that high school connection. We do not want our seniors feeling like, oh, I'm just in college classes and now I'm kind of out on my own. But it also helps them with a lot of the transition, both like Dr. Artis was talking about, whether you're transferring into a career or whether you're going to a university. We want to make sure they know about those scholarship opportunities, career opportunities, our community connections. And it's a lot also about staying connected with their graduating class. So I'll go ahead and move to the next, start talking about transportation. So our transportation, we do offer transportation from all over Craven County to whichever of the two early colleges you're attending. And we make that work through some shuttles. We have shuttles that run between both of our early college campuses in the morning and the afternoon. And so students can be picked up or dropped off from either of our two campuses and taken to the other campus. And when the traditional schools are in session, because we do kind of work on a stagger system for buses in Craven County, which if you're a Craven County student, you're probably familiar with. The middle schools and the elementary schools and all the high schools get out at different times to maximize our bus driving opportunity or our buses for and the number of drivers that we have. So students, once the traditional high schools open, can be picked up from their homes and transported. They get taken to their traditional high school and then shuttled to the closest early college, where then they transport to whichever campus they are attending. So until the traditional high schools open, we do ask parents to make arrangements. You can get to the shuttle. The shuttles run from the time we open, but the home pickup does not start until the traditional high schools open. So in the afternoon, though, once that shuttle runs, we do normally get home transportation even on the days that the traditional high schools are not open. Once in a while, on an early release day or on a day that they're closed, we do have to ask parents to help us out with transportation. On Fridays, the buses are shuttles only. That's because of our closure time a little early. The shuttle will leave from my school on Havelock and head to Craven Community College, and then it will come back with the students that are on Craven Early College's campus to come back towards Havelock if they happen to need transportation. And then you would need to pick up your child from the respective school once the bus arrives at the school.
And we also certainly want our students to be able to have nutritious meals. And so we're really fortunate because we are Craven County schools, associated with the school system, and we are, part of the public school system. Students do have access to meals. And so if students want to get breakfast and lunch, we have options. Students at Early College East are able to get meals from Havelock Middle School currently for breakfast and for lunch. Craven Early College is a little bit different because we don't have a cafeteria that's on site. And so we have a breakfast vending machine that we added this year. So students are able to access meals through that vending machine. And that's been a big hit. And then we order our lunch through H.J. McDonald Middle School, and they bring us the meals over. And so many of our students opt to bring their lunch. It just depends on what's the preference. So if you want to be able to get school nutritious meals, you certainly have that option. But if you also want to bring your lunch, we have many microwaves that students are able to utilize. And any student who is on free or reduced lunch will also be able to fill out that application, qualify, and be able to utilize those same supports that they've had previously. And there are many advantages to attending the early colleges here in Craven County. And again, we're really fortunate that we have two. We have a lot of partners that partner with us on various things. And there's a lot of supplemental learning that students have access to in addition to the really high expectations in the classroom. So we'll talk about some of that.
So there are some really unique benefits. Smaller class sizes. For the most part, our classes will stay under 20 students, many of them at 15. And I mean, it just depends a little bit on their scheduling, their college courses, exactly how many in each section. But on average, our class sizes do not, and that is particularly important in those core classes, that they're getting more. We're in that accelerated learning. They're taking those honor classes. So you're not going to see the kind of class sizes here that you're seeing in many other educational settings. Because we can only admit those 50 students per year, which allows us to really utilize our teachers for more individualized instruction. And this helps to build confidence as well. It means that when we are putting together, we do try to make sure the classes are big enough that we have good collaborative grouping opportunities, because that really builds that confidence and builds those lifelong skills that they're going to need going into college, interviews, in the workplaces that they're in. We do offer a lot of support. You see that where all the students are taking honors courses, and we talk about AP courses, but we have tutoring and intervention. It looks a little different on each campus, but we've done everything from peer tutoring opportunities to offering seminar time for those who need extra help or who just need some help organizing how they get through the amount of work, and for time to get some of their work completed so that it doesn't take up all of their evening time. We certainly want them to have well-rounded family lives. And so then, of course, that release on Friday gives them time that they can work on that. Our colleges have an academic support center. So when they start college classes, from the time they're taking their first one in their freshman year to when they go all the way through their senior year, that academic support center is there. And our students are not only welcome to go, but encouraged to go. Staff at Craven Community College wants to see students in there. And each of our campuses offer, Craven Early College offers Campfire. We call it Solutions on the Early College East campus. But these are times that we offer all kinds of different supports to our students, everything from ACT prep opportunities to just sometimes we have fun activities in there, but a lot of it is, again, about our students staying connected with a trusted adult in our campus so that we can see very early on if they're needing some extra support, and we can offer that. And we've already talked about senior advisory and what that does for our seniors. Anything you want to add to that, Dr. Artis, or?
And those relationships are so important. I mean, when you're coming to these tight-knit communities, you know, the principal knows who you are, all the staff members know all of the students. You have teachers that you're going to have for multiple classes, and so that really deepens the relationship. So that is something that's really, really important. The small class sizes allows us to get to know the students on a personal level, which allows us to be able to address any areas where students need to have those academic supports, but also where students need that specific challenge. You know, we have some very bright students who join us, and we help them to advance to the next level as well. And so many benefits of coming to the early college. If you are applying for, and Ms. Thompson talked about this earlier too, of course, we have students who are going to go to a university once they leave us, and they have various options. So students are able to apply, even though you're going to have those 60 credits that you're able to transfer, depending on what's best for you and what works out best. You can apply as a first-year student at the university or a transfer student. And then counselors will be able to kind of work with you through that. And there's different reasons why individuals may want to apply as a first-year student, even though you'll technically go in as a junior, and that you will have those credits is because of certain things as it relates to certain benefits related to scholarships and housing, as well as honors programs. But we can talk about that on a specific level. But it's really, really important. And again, that counseling support, we can help you to make those decisions that's best for you. And so we certainly want to talk about ways that you can learn about both schools. Again, we have two great campuses. I'm Dr. Artis. I'm the principal at Craven Early College in New Bern. And then Ms. Thompson is the principal at Early College East in Havelock. We're very, very fortunate that we have two great options here in Craven County. That means we have 100 slots in Craven County that are available this year. And we want to fill those slots. And we're going to talk about how you can learn about each school and about the process. So one way that you will be able to learn more about what's happening here on our campuses, we invite you to join us in person. We're so happy that you all could join us virtually. And we're certainly happy to share many things about our schools, but we're even going to go more in depth when you join us for our in-person sessions. And so those are coming up. Our first in-person option is going to be on January 27th at 6 p.m. at West Craven Middle School in the Media Center. So please join Ms. Thompson and I and some of our students and colleagues for a great in-person information session. This will be a great chance to learn about our school, and we're really trying to make it convenient so that individuals who are in the western part of the county will be able to come out, hear about the early college, and won't have to travel too far for the news. We also will be down in Havelock. Ms. Thompson is going to host us at Early College East in their multi-purpose room. We're so excited about that. That will be on Wednesday, the 28th at 6 p.m. And again, I will be there to talk about great things happening at Craven Early College. Ms. Thompson will also be there to talk about the fantastic things happening at Early College East. And then our last in-person session of the week will be on January 29th. And we're going to be here at Craven Community College in Oringer Auditorium. And both of us will be there along with some of our students and staff members, just again to talk about it. So you can choose which session works for you. You've already heard some great things about our schools, but we certainly invite you to join us in person because it's really something to be able to talk in person and be able to get your specific questions answered. And so we look forward to that. And Ms. Thompson is going to talk about some other in-person options that we have.
Yes, and I will say too, we always love our in-person sessions. We both try to get some of our students to come out because if you bring your child, they're interested in hearing from the students what that experience looks like from their viewpoint, which is a little different than mine and Dr. Artis's
That's true.
sometimes.
That's
So,
true.
and we are also having open houses, and they are actually on the same date. We got together and talked about this week, and these definitely have students normally come out because they're available to us pretty easily. So, Dr. Artis will be hosting an open house on Craven Early College's campus on February 16th, and his starts at 9 in the morning, and you'll be in the Nauman Community Room to begin with, which is on the college campus. I'm sure there'll be plenty of signage there to let you know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, you can travel back towards Havelock and come and visit Early College East here, and we will have that our time starting at 2 p.m. and it will actually be here on our campus. We'll probably start off in our multi-purpose room and then but we'll have a floating opportunity for you to be able to see that. And I was excited about this. It is on a day that the traditional schools are closed and we're on a required work day. So you'll be able to meet our teachers, you'll be able to tour our buildings, but the college is open. So you will also be able to cross the street and go over to the college. And I'm excited about this. This is the first time we've done a time when the college was also open. And Dr. Mr. Ricky Meadows, Mr. Meadows, who is the dean over here, is excited about being able to allow people to see his campus. You can also look at the public library, which is a part of our campus as well. So all of that will be open because of the day that we have selected. So
We're so excited about our open houses because we're here virtually. You're learning about these two great programs. We invite you to join us for the in-person sessions to learn more and hear from our students. But it's really a different experience when you have a chance to walk the halls and be able to see what the classrooms look like and what our amenities are and what facilities we have. And so we're so excited that we're going to have both open houses on February the 16th. So please mark your calendars. These are always really well-attended events when we have our open houses, and we want to make sure that we have great participation here in 2026.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about our application and how you can apply to be a part of our programs. So they've made it very simple for us this year. We have a bit.ly that you can use to apply, and you'll see that here. And also, if you go to either of our websites, and they're both listed there, once the application opens, you'll be able to click on to our website. It is open from February 1st to February 28th. And after that, it closes, and the application will then be sent to the Serve Center, which we'll talk a little bit about how that process works in a minute. You will also be able to see signs that we are going to be putting up around town. They'll have QR codes on them, so you can use that to click, and you will be able to find this very easily in our weekly call-out messages from the district. And it will be posted on all of our social media pages as well. So we want to be sure that if you are interested in applying, if you have any trouble at all, well, you can call either of our schools. We will help make sure you get directed there. And we also make sure that our middle schools and our counselors at our middle schools have this information so that they can assist you should you need assistance applying.
And we do have one application, and it will have details in terms of being able to select, your options and what you would like to pursue. And so we're trying to make it very simplistic for all of our families and straightforward so everybody can find success with that. And like Ms. Thompson said, we're happy to answer any questions.
So then this talks a little bit about how they select the students. So the application is, after the application period, it is a lottery process. So the names are submitted to the Serve Center at UNC Greensboro, and they use a lottery system to assign a number to each student. So the first 50 students for each campus are selected. Now, it is possible that you will be selected if you have put down that you are open to either campus. You'll select which campus you are as your first choice. And if you have said, I'm open to a selection, you may get letters for both. Well, eventually, of course, you've got to settle on one. And so I do let people know that if you just know you want to come to an early college, your best thing is to say, I'm willing to take a seat in either one. They're going to fill up 50 seats. And then the first 50, they make their decision about whether they're going to take that spot. And then we start calling the wait list. I will tell you, we had a wait list of, I believe it was around 80 to 90 students last year. And so I do encourage you to put in your application, make sure your information is in there. Now, of course, many of those slots, we do find students who have kind of, maybe they eventually decide that this is not the option they want. So we end up making phone calls and calling down our wait list. But the original list will be, you'll be notified by selection by no later than May 1st.
And
And many years we're able to do it a little sooner than that.
And so there's a couple things to note here. Students only have to apply once, and so we don't need to fill out the
Right.
application multiple times. That's not going to increase your options and your chances of being able to get into the school. So if we see multiple submissions, they're just going to be deleted. So it's not going to, we're not going to send multiple to the Serve Center. Another thing just to note, yes, this is a lottery, but there are some general screening that we will do just to ensure that we're setting students up for success. And so students, as part of the application, will have to submit their attendance, grades, test scores, and their behavior record. And again, we're not looking for students who have never made a mistake in their life. And we're not looking for students who only have all A's. We know our students are not perfect, and just like Ms. Thompson and I are not perfect. But we know there's some general readiness that we have students who are excessively absent, that you miss 50% of the school year, just completely being transparent. You're not going to be put into the lottery. Because when we're paying for college classes, and we've had individuals who, we've got to make certain that you're going to be successful in these honors classes. If you miss 50% and it's not because of medical, a legitimate reason, but you just did not go to school, it will be hard for you to be successful in the early college. So it'll be something like that where it will be some type of extreme. But if students are doing what they're supposed to do, the attendance is pretty good, your grades are good, it shows a record that you're working hard, you don't have any egregious behavior problems where you were just doing some things that you should not have been doing in middle school, you're going to be put into the lottery, and you're going to have an opportunity to have access to one of these slots should your name come up. But that's just something just to take that into consideration. And also, it's going to be really important for us too, once we get that notification letter, and it says, you've been accepted to Early College East by May 1st, it's going to be really important that you work extremely hard from then until the end of the year. We don't want to have students who then have a mess up, and now all of a sudden we don't have that strong finish. We're going to have to make sure we have a strong finish to our school year, because students who are administratively placed into the 9th grade are unable to be enrolled here at the early college. So we need students who, if you've been working hard, continue to work hard. If you've been coming to school, continue to come to school. And so we can make certain that we don't have to make any phone calls and say, you had a slot and you were welcome to come to the early college, and then now things have changed and we can't honor that. We want you to be able to get that letter, be excited about coming to the early college, and once we do our review of everything at the end, that you're still in good standing to join us.
So then I did kind of allude to this a little earlier. We do go ahead and notify our parents and our students who have been placed in the original lottery setting. We wait for those decisions to come back. There is a time period that we set a deadline and say, you have to have told us if you're going to come. And once that happens, we take those spots that are not taken, and we go ahead and start calling down the wait list to see to fill those slots. It is very much our desire to make sure that every student who wants the opportunity gets to come. And very often we do work well into our list for various reasons. Sometimes people just kind of thought they might be interested, and by, they've done that in February, and then by, May, they're kind of thinking, well, no, I that isn't really, or even they've moved away and they're no longer, they're not going to be here. We realize we work in a military area and those things do happen. So I don't want you to think if you get on the wait list that you might not, but we do have a number of people off of our wait list who do eventually take a seat in the school, or they're deciding between the two schools. And once they've selected one, that leaves the space in the other school. So if you have questions more about how that wait list process works, you can call us and talk to us or our counselors, or it certainly will be at our in-person meetings, and we'd be glad to share that with you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining us for this virtual information session. We look forward to seeing you all in our in-person sessions at the end of the month, and we certainly can't wait for you to visit both of our campuses in February the 16th, so that you can actually see both campuses live and in living color. And so we're looking forward to a wonderful recruitment season, and we know that we're going to have a great cohort of students to join us in fall 2026. We hope that you all have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you again.